The European Union will hold its third summit in 6 weeks today with the focus on defence. Meanwhile, yesterday, the European Commission published its white paper for European defence entitled Readiness 2030. It's a plan to increase member states' defence spending, close capability gaps, continue support to Ukraine while bolstering the bloc's defence industrial base. We spoke earlier to our Brussels correspondent, Dave Keating.
It's been broadly welcomed by most leaders except Hungary's Viktor Orban and Slovakia's Robert Fico, who are sympathetic to Russia and would prefer that the EU steps back here and allows Donald Trump to negotiate peace. But on the specific issues, we have had some divergence. So Italy's Giorgia Meloni has been skeptical, let's say, about the need to have this massive military spending. She's warned that she doesn't like the name of this plan, which is Rearm Europe. She says the Italian public doesn't like the idea of rearming. They won't support it. Separately, she's raised concerns about how the funding is going to be coming from. The idea is to divert cohesion funds from the EU budget. Those are funds that are meant to help poorer regions of the EU get up to the levels of the richer regions. Southern European countries very much rely on these funds, and she said that for Italy at least, none of those cohesion funds will be touched to spend on defense. So she has not been very enthusiastic about this, let's say, but she hasn't stood in the way. Viktor Orban is trying to stand in the way, but the rest of the countries are going to go around him. 2 weeks ago, when he tried to veto these defense measures, this help for Ukraine, the country simply just adopted the conclusions as 26 instead of 27. A lot of the so-called veto abilities in the council, some are legally there, but others are just tradition. And the national governments don't like to override a country's veto on these sensitive subjects like taxation, like foreign policy, because it would set a precedent that national powers can be overruled. However, the situation is so dramatic and urgent, I think those normal taboos are being thrown by the wayside.